Let's talk about SMART goals, because some of you unfortunately get this wrong, and I want to help you do a better job of it. So we're going to do an exercise. So I need 3 volunteers. You guys are coming up on stage. Give these people a round of applause. Okay, guys, we're going to do a mock role play. The 3 of these folks are going to be one professional. They're going to be the one coach on the call. They're all going to get an opportunity to ask me a question. I'm going to be the ideal client. We're only going to go for a couple of SMART goals. Again, specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound. So after you've built rapport with someone, the opening question would be, so what were you hoping to get from this call with me today? Just an open question. We're just going to go open. I'm going to be Alice Jones. I'm 40. I have 3 kids, and I'm single. I'm giving you that much. Okay? We're going to go around. You start. You only get to ask me one question. You have to pay attention. And what we're going to do is we're just going to develop the SMART goal. Eventually, once you get 3 of these SMART goals, then it's easy to go into desire. The problem that a lot of people have is they start getting the SMART goals and they start digging deep into desire too early. SMART goals are all about 2 words, objective data. Just get the data first. Then we start getting into emotions. And here's the hint. You want to create desire. How many of you want to be able to make more sales? Okay. People buy based on emotion and they justify with logic. So we'll start it as if after we build rapport, Shane says, so Alice, what were you hoping to get from this call? And I say, well, I'm looking to lose weight. Go ahead.
Looking to lose weight, that's great, Alice. How much weight were you looking to lose?
I'm looking to lose about 20 to 30 pounds. And by the way, if you're not sure, just say pass. And if all of you get to a point where you're not sure, shout out a question. We're all going to play. Is this a safe place to make mistakes? Yes or yes? Yeah. This is how we learn. Go ahead. So I've just said 20 to 30 pounds.
Do you have any idea that in how long would you like to drop this weight?
Okay, so before we go there, is 20 to 30 pounds a specific, right? Let's get this first. What would you ask?
Alice, you told me that you want to drop 25 to 30 pounds of body weight. So do you have any idea in how long have you?
So instead of time yet, I've given you a number, but what's the difference in terms of getting someone from 25 to 30? Would that change the timeline, right? So now you can ask me, so Alice, is it 25 or is it 30? We need it specific. Because if you're giving somebody a 12-week program, for example, all of a sudden 25 to 30, I mean, it's not going to work. Well, for some of you might say, well, we could make it work. Like you could, but then is that realistic? Does this make sense? We need to work this, you guys. So go ahead and ask me the question. Is it 25 or 30?
Is it exactly 25 or 30?
Fair enough. It's 30. You got the S. So now, do we have an idea of this yet? Go ahead and ask me your next question.
Well, one thing I would actually ask before is why you lose weight.
Okay, so why? We don't want to ask why questions. So change the why to what?
What's the reason you want to actually specifically lose 25 to 30 pounds?
Well, so now we know it's 30. Okay. Well, because I want to be a better mentor to my 3 daughters. And we know it's daughters.
Okay, perfect. And what have you done up to this point to achieve that goal?
You know, I've tried Zumba and I've done keto and nothing seems to work.
Do you think that...
Think of what-based questions.
have you ever tried to lose this weight?
Yep. It hasn't worked. Next question.
Well, what was your biggest obstacle?
I just kept falling off the diet. Hey guys, we need measurable.
How would that look like for you?
Okay. Yeah, we can get there. So what's measurable? Does anybody know how much she weighs yet? It's a fair question. If she wants to lose 30, we need to figure out how much she weighs and where does she want to get to. We can do the math. It's objective data. So go ahead.
What's your current body weight?
I'm 165. What do we got? So to be clear, the goal is 135. So now that's it. Now you've got specific, measurable. But now we got to figure out actionable, realistic, and timely because we don't know by when. So now you can ask that other question. So you can acknowledge okay, 135. If my math gets me correctly, we're at 135. Next question.
Okay, 135 pounds, and you have done so much things before, like doing some classes and a couple of times failed in dieting. Can you guess how far you are from it? How long do you need that I give you this body?
I have no idea how long this. I mean, I would love to have maybe by the new year. Does anybody ever have somebody that come to you with an unrealistic goal? Right? So what do you do in that case?
Should have started yesterday.
Right? Okay, best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. Should have started yesterday. And so what happens in this case? Here's what I hear. And you guys are being great. Give them a round of applause so far, because it's tough. It's tough to be on the spot, okay? There's learning here, okay? It's 30 pounds in, realistically, guys, should take how long in terms of healthy weight loss? How long?
12 weeks.
12 weeks? Depends on the person, depends on where they are. My suggestion would be using the word, this is a great goal, it's an ambitious goal. Acknowledge it. Label what she is feeling. In this context, what Alice is feeling. Alice, you know what? This is great. Now, by when? That's the question. So what do we got? If I tell you, well, by the new year, it's an ambitious goal. If I said now, like, by the new year, I've got 6 weeks, would you guys say that's realistic? So what you could say is, if we could help you get almost there within the 6-week time frame, would that interest you? Now what we're doing is we're shifting the goal and we're still making it realistic. Or if I turn around and said, well, you know what? I'm going on a holiday with my girlfriends at the end of March. I'm just sharing you a new timeline. So by the end of March, March 31st is when we're leaving.
So now we have like 6 weeks till the new year.
Okay?
And I know we're gonna have this festive season.
Yeah.
For a couple of, like, for 1 week.
Yeah.
So no one can bullshit. I'm sorry.
No, be authentic in your approach. So yeah, it's good.
So if we want to be realistic, we don't calculate this 1 week.
Okay?
Basically. How would you feel if we actually, till the new year, we losing 10 pounds?
Right. Or instead of giving it a number, we go, how would you feel if we got you closer to that number? Because you can make it, you know, like that 30,000 foot view. And then shortly thereafter in the new year, we get you there to get you on time for your trip in March. Okay? The answer is, that would be great. So now we know timeline, and I'm going to say March 31st for the trip. And it's January, which is the unrealistic goal. And yet what we've done is you've basically said 10 pounds. Is this realistic? Yeah? Is this actionable? Right? Awesome. So we've got the first goal. We actually have 2 goals because we've got the weight loss, January, and then we now have another goal of a trip. Now, give these 3 a round of applause.